There are a lot of people frustrated with the Alesis I/O dock not working with their iPads when things were getting updated. And right here I'll show you. This is a 16 gig iPad. This is the new iPad, or the 3rd gen iPad with Retina display and everything. And I'm running iOS7 on it. And then I don't have the little sled thing that spaces it out correctly, so I just grabbed some papers and stacked them in here. And I had done this before, running iOS 6 with this exact same iPad, and I just could not get it to work for the life of me. It would like connect into the dock, and I could hear things clicking inside like as if I had headphones in, but it would just not charge the iPad, and nothing was working. But just today, I popped in an old iPad. It was an iPad 2nd gen, so also without sled and with these papers, and it worked. It had been one that hadn't been updated in a while. So then I decided, well, let me see if this iPad will work. Oh, and then also the Alesis I/O dock, I updated it to the latest firmware a while ago, and that still wasn't working on this iPad. So I haven't changed anything on the iPad or on the I/O dock, but I have found that now, when I slide this in, before I couldn't get it really to sit right, and I was always getting it to sit, and then eventually, as I push on it, I'll get it to make a click sound. So let's see if I can't get it in there. So there, boom, it just clicked in, and now you can see I'm like plugged in. It's charging the iPad and everything, and this I can never get it to do before. And so, like I said, this is iOS 7. I just turned it off, and you can see now I'm on battery. Click it on. Now it's charging. So sweet. It seems to be working just great now. I can show you, go into the settings. We'll go into the about. I've got my iPad here. So where's my version? Okay, so version I'm running 7.0.4. So I know 7.1 is in the development stages right now. But then look, you've got the I/O dock right here. So we'll click on that. And I could never get this on before. And I don't know, maybe I wasn't pushing it in far enough. Because today, like I said, I was just jiggling around, and like I was pushing it, and then all of a sudden it like made this pop, like this popping noise, and went in. And at first I thought I broke something, but then it clicked in there. And I didn't have to push it super hard, but you know, a little bit. So you got the I/O dock, the firmware version, and the hardware version on there. And let me go ahead and show you that everything's working. My favorite music app is right here. It's Loopy HD, or just Loopy on the iPhone, and it's a live looping app. And so this will show us how well this is actually working. If we go into the settings, and then go to MIDI, you'll see the dock is there. It's actually not connected right now, so I'll go ahead and click on the dock, and bam, now the MIDI is selected for Loopy. The I/O dock is now controlling Loopy through MIDI, and I've got my MIDI out, going to this pedal board right here, the FCB 1010, and I've set up different settings for each of the pedals. So you'll see, like, it should scroll through tracks like that. If I hit the clear button, so I'm just pushing buttons down here, there's my clear button, I'll push that, and all the tracks disappear, so it's a new session. And then I've got, out of the XLR, I've got this guy hooked up, SM58, and then out of the headphones out, I should probably use the main outs, but the headphones out is going over to this Roland speaker over here. So I'll show you that it's working. I'm going into the mic right now. We'll go ahead, select a track, and I'll hit record and start making a loop. So we'll go. That loop is a little bit off time, so we'll go ahead and erase that. You can see it's actually working. Totally functional, fully functional on iOS 7. the Alesis I/O dock. But if for whatever reason you cannot get the Alesis I/O dock to work for you, or you want to do stuff on the iPhone, I would highly suggest the iRig Pro. I actually bought this because that wasn't working for me, and I've been using this. My only problem is I want to have two instruments connected at the same time, which I couldn't do with this. I could only do one, and then I had to switch out. But this is a super simple interface with your MIDI, and it works with your 30-pin connector, or it also has Firebolt, or the newer iPhone 5 connectors, and it also has a connector for USB, so you can use it with your computer. So this little interface is really a great all-in-one. It has just simple everything. You've got phantom power. So if you can't get this to work, or if you want something a little bit simpler, this definitely is great. And iRig is known for really good support and great products. I've bought a lot of their stuff. But yeah, this is by far my favorite of all their products. It's a little bit pricier than most of their products, but very well worth the money. And the Alesis I/O dock is spectacular as well. Other than the support for it's been really poor. Just haven't seen much good support on it, and there's just been a lot of complaints. But this will hopefully give you some hope to get yours working at some point with iOS7, because I was planning on selling mine just because I figured it was garbage for me and would only work with older iPads. But this just proves that that's not true. It will work with your iPad 3, but any of the newer connections obviously you won't be able to use because it uses the 30-pin. But anyway, hopefully that gives you some hope and shows you that yes, this can and does work, at least for me. So